Hi, John Spark here from Your Travel Planners, and welcome along to a special interview. Just happened by chance, as you have probably read already in this post. I mentioned a story about one of our past team members who went to Vietnam and had a interesting experience, and her name was Kahlia, and she just happened to have walked into the office today. Welcome, Kahlia.
Thank you. Perfect timing. Perfect
timing. So I've asked her if she would, on the spot, mind just sharing a little bit of her experience in her words, just to highlight my point earlier about how travel can make such an impact in your life. And it's not always done with the intention of doing that, but it just has those ramifications. So over to you, Kahlia. Just let us know, if you can, a little bit about what happened to you before you went to Vietnam, and then what's transpired there, and then what's happened since you've come back.
Okay, so before I went to Vietnam, I was probably quite content with life. I was just going along. I hadn't experienced any countries that were much different to our own. I'd been to places like America and Canada and even Europe, but they weren't that much different to Australia. So Vietnam was my first experience of like a third world country. And so that was before. During the trip, I made a strong intention of mine to try and do different things that were outside of my comfort zone. So, you know, even when you're in a place like that, starting from something as little as walking across the road is a big step. Because you've been to Asian places, so you know what it's like. You're sitting there waiting to cross, and they tell you just to keep on walking, but walk at the same pace, so that people know what you're doing. And that's scary because you've got stuff coming in all different directions, and it's not just cars, it's motorbikes and people on normal bikes and blah blah.
It's intuitive to try and stop and wait.
Yeah.
Over there,
they go around you.
They accept you as another vehicle almost on the road.
So the journey started off with things as little as that, but then other things started to happen. Like everyone on our trip were drinking beer, and I hated beer. I'd not ever drunk it before. Boys would always drink it. It just wasn't something I enjoyed. But I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to give it a go because that's what everyone's doing, and that's it went really well with the food and all of that kind of thing. So that was another thing that was getting me out of my comfort zone and trying something new. We did stuff like having mud baths and staying with local families, and then one of probably the biggest ones was eating crickets. We went out for dinner on our last night, and our tour guide, without everyone knowing, ordered fried crickets, and they brought them out, and all of us just sort of looked with this face of disgust, but we're like, well, we have to do it because we're in Vietnam. That's what you do. You eat crickets in Vietnam.
Of course.
So. So we picked up the crickets, took a few photos, of course, because you've got to have the proof that that's what you did. And they actually tasted okay. I was quite surprised. I even went back for seconds.
Wow. I haven't even tried them yet. I've seen the fried spiders in Cambodia.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go quite that far, but...
Well, I didn't, I must confess.
Yeah, and they have like all rats and all sorts of, yeah. But, it got me out of my comfort zone. I think... the last part is coming back to, well, how did that make a difference, I guess, from after the trip?
That's the real thing. Is that at the time you probably didn't realise why you were doing it other than you were having the experience. Now you've come back and a lot of things changed in your life pretty much after Vietnam, didn't it?
Absolutely. It's made a huge difference in my life because now I'm not just going about life doing what everyone expects me to do and doing what I think has to be the thing that is done. I've gone out and I've started my own business at the age of 23. Like, that was a huge step. I'm doing trips, holidays that I never thought I would have done before. We just got back from trekking Everest Base Camp, so again, another thing that's been huge for us. So
interesting story in its own right about getting out of comfort zones.
Yeah, exactly.
How many days? 18 days without a shower, was it?
17 days without a shower.
Wow.
Yep. And I didn't even smell that bad. Well, maybe that was because everyone else around me stunk too. But
what are you up to now? About 3? I'm only kidding.
I had a shower this morning. For me it's been a huge difference because I am now embracing going out and trying different things, and it's not just about travel, it's about business, and it's about relationships, and it's about your health, so and all the different areas of life.
So do you think that you would have not gone down that line, or did just travel bring that forward in your life?
Oh, travel brings it forward, absolutely, because it's so easy to get stuck in the routine of living in life when you're just at home. So for me, travel, that's why I love travel so much, because it is all about trying different things. And whenever I come home from a holiday, I always have some big learning that I can apply. Like getting back from Everest, one of the biggest things was just appreciating the little things, because we didn't have a shower for 17 days. So to all of a sudden be able to have a warm shower was just amazing. To go out and be able to choose what food you get to eat was huge, because we've just been given food every single day for 17 days. So it's the little things that really made a big difference.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Kahlia. It's something that we see happen with a lot of clients, not necessarily doing base camp, that type of extremities, but almost any aspect of travel, even riding with a taxi driver in Sydney from Beirut. If you talk to them for 20 minutes, you'll learn about their life, and then in the back of your mind, you probably ask the question, what are they doing in Australia? I mean, is it a greater, better opportunity? So if you've got anything you'd like to sort of pass on to people who are maybe watching, obviously watching this, but are thinking about travel and hadn't considered the aspects that you're talking about, is there a little tip you want to share with them? Or?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's go out there when you're travelling, try different things, do new things, and come home and apply what you've done over there, because just because you're on holidays, it doesn't mean you just have permission to go and do different things there. Do it when you get home as well, because that's when life starts becoming the holiday.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, thank you for sharing that, and I appreciate you did it at such short notice.
Yeah, sure.
So this is John Spark from Your Travel Planners. Remember, without your travel planner, you are on your own.